Bond is back, baby! Time to give out a round of applause!
Here's what I brought.
What is it?
It's a new blood doing a commentary on Maverick Hunter's Fire Emblem Units Countdown.
I love new commentators! Let's do the commentary.
First, let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound. Want him in the picture.
Oh, and by the way, major spoilers for the game, as to be expected.
Oh boy, here we go. Maverick, what you've done here severely limits the amount of people who will actually watch this countdown, and it is inconsiderate of your audience. Does the viewer need to finish the game before watching this? How much of the game will you be spoiling? Which entries do viewers skip in order to avoid spoilers? Do any of your viewers want to watch the video but haven't obtained or finished the game yet? Well, too bad for them, I guess. I personally would provide spoiler warnings for individual entries, and let them know which parts of the game you'll be spoiling. For example, your number 5 entry spoils the end of Chapter 13 just by being there, and possibly the end of Chapter 21, depending on whether or not you choose to talk about that specific scene. Viewers should know this stuff so that they can work their way around it. Also note that while I don't know for sure who is supposed to watch this video, this blanket spoiler warning currently leans in the direction of no one past this point unless you finish the game. Assuming that I am correct, that's one little move that will cripple this entire video.
So it's not the points in the countdown, or the reason why I said characters in the countdown would hurt the video. It's the amount of people watching the video. Seriously, even with your idea, people want to know why I said characters put on the list, and he might need to spoil a game to get his point across. Then again, why does it matter? It's just a spoiler warning.
First, let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound. Want him in the picture.
I can definitely see why she's such a popular character. Okay, it's probably because of her design for most, but that's beside the point. Tharsha is a dark mage from the nation of Plegia, and is quite possibly the most terrifying soldier in Crom's army. She's a powerful master of curses and hexes, and isn't afraid to threaten her own allies with said abilities. What's even more terrifying is that upon meeting your avatar, Tharsha will fall insanely in love with them and do whatever she can to win their affections, even if your avatar is female.
Right around here is where I'm beginning to see two major issues with this video. For one, listen again to all of the information he's related so far. Tharsha is a Plegian dark mage with an intimidating personality and a propensity for threatening her allies with curses and stalking the avatar. She has a large fanbase among Awakening players, and the vast majority of said fanbase likes her purely for the eye candy. Now remember what I said about the blanket spoiler at the beginning. That is, it would drive away everyone who hasn't finished the game. Let me ask you, does any of this sound like information that should be told to people who've already played the game? Describing her basic character would be fine if you were actually going somewhere with it, but you're not. And that brings us to problem number 2. You described her character, not why you like her character. You said you would be judging personality as well as battle utility for each of the units listed here, right? So, how do you judge Tharsha's personality? Well, we never find out in this video. Now, I know that when it comes to explaining why you like a character, there are some descriptors that explain themselves. If you find someone funny, for example, of course you're going to like that about them. If someone's useful in battle, that's inherently something that would compel you to like that character more. But it gets much hairier when you, for example, describe your favorite character as a stalker who threatens people. That's not sufficient to tell your audience why you like the character enough to put them on the list. You have to establish context. If you think that it was successfully played up for humor, for example, that would be something. If you were to delve into, say, how her behavior might be a front for emotions that she tries to hide and rarely shows, that would be something. But you never go any deeper. I hate Tharsha, and I just did a better job of explaining the highlights of her character than you did.
You know, there's also battle capabilities, which you could have liked Tharsha for her usage in battle, which you're about to skip.
Really, there's not much left to say about Tharsha that I haven't said already. I'm not addressing those controversies.
1. You dragged this gag out too long. The amount of time you spent sitting there in silence was just awkward, and not the amusing kind of awkward. 2. You're acknowledging a major reason as to why she's a hated character, and announcing that you're going to not acknowledge said reason. You could at least tell your audience, hey, I can forgive blatant fan service if I like your actual character enough, or you could just not bring it up at all. Your words were, I'm not addressing those controversies, but you were already addressing those controversies by claiming that you wouldn't do so. Surely you see the fault in that logic.
Do you see the flaw in your logic? How do you address something by not addressing it? You could have been mentioned, then if that's the case, you should have reread your script next time.
First, let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound. Want him in the picture.
Something doesn't seem right about a dragon fighting on top of another dragon.
Now for a brief moment of positivity. I like this joke. It points out an inherently humorous trait of the class changes in Awakening, and in a brief enough way to be amusing and witty. Nicely done.
Good that you like it, but the point of commentaries is to point out flaws, not pat the back of the subject. Your job is to wash the cars, not water the plants. Please get that.
First, let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound. Want him in the picture.
I'll make this quick.
I think that's everything that needs to be said.
Well, it's different, I'll give you that. And that's the only good thing I have to say about this part. You didn't present any information that players should already know in this part. No. You instead did something much, much worse. See, I'm aware that this is supposed to be a joke segment that gives a couple of nods still on cue. Forgive me if I butcher his name, by the way. But you took what could have been a great start or a great end to this segment, and you utterly wasted it. What you could have done was start with the line, I'll make this quick, and give yourself, 10 to 15 seconds to explain what you like about Long Q, then end with the critical montage. Alternatively, start with the critical montage and then do the quick explanation. Either way, the joke would contribute to the segment, and the shout out to that quick and quiet part of his character is not lost. Here's where you're wrong though. A montage of critical hits is not all that needs to be said about Long Q. You said you would judge each character based on their personality and battle usage, right? Well, what about his personality? Do you actually mean to tell me that Long Q is only on this list because he scores a lot of critical hits? You had a memorable segment here, but it was memorable for the wrong reasons. What could have been a sufficient explanation, a solid joke, and a worthy tribute to the character was instead a load of wasted potential.
Number 6 is a joke segment. If he would have done an explanation, it would have dragged out the joke. Which is funny because you excused him for quote-unquote dragging out a joke earlier, where now you're basically telling him to drag out a joke. Mind hurts.
First let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound, want him in the picture.
She made it into Smash 4. She also happens to be my main in that game. No regrets.
Ben, if I had to take one clip from this video which would encapsulate one of my biggest issues with your content in the past, this right here would be my clip of choice. And the issue here is that you simply do not have enough energy. This is an aspect on which you've improved considerably over time, and you even have a decent amount of energy for the better part of this countdown. But when you end this little proclamation with the words, no regrets, delivered as though you were succumbing to a heavy anesthetic during the recording, I can only cringe. You control the power of the wielder of Falchion, who took the name of a living legend and changed the course of history itself. Put some enthusiasm into your delivery! Say it like you're pumping your fist, say it like you're putting on shades in a dramatic fashion. Something, anything other than the way you said it here.
You're making a big deal out of something that shouldn't be deeply analyzed, and if you wouldn't put excitement in, no regrets, it will come off as weird and random.
First let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound, want him in the picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the handiest of all units and the son of Lissa, Owain.
Now, your energy here is actually pretty good, but I would have written an introduction much more fitting for the character you're describing. You of all people know how theatrical he is, so an additional descriptor or two written in a theatrical fashion would make a better tribute to his character.
How does doing something different debunks his point? Shall too play this game. I will put a background in the video, I will use Goku as an avatar, I will put an intro in the beginning of the video, and I will put more emotion into my voice! Wait, that's actual criticism. Damn!
First let me crop out the motherfucking horse sound, want him in the picture.
I must also ask, who did you make this video for? Again, I bring up the spoiler warning at the beginning. The fact that you gave that warning to discourage people who haven't finished the game from watching this video tells me that it's for people who've already finished the game. Duh. But the fact that you discuss information that Awakening players should already know without doing anything with said information tells me that it's for people who haven't played it yet or are just getting into it. It's pretty obvious that you did not have an audience in mind for this video, and that really hurt its direction.
Well, of course Awakening players will have some information, because they played the game. Also, what do you mean by doing with said information? With no explanation, I will ask you many questions why you said that. Which is funny, how many times do I have to say that? You made the same complaint about him not explaining earlier. Remember?
First, no avatar. Including the avatar on this list is pretty much cheating.
How? How is it cheating to exclude Robin? He, or she, is just as much of a character as anyone else in the game is. Sure, we're talking about a player avatar, but Robin is still very much a legitimate character with their own actions and story. Maverick, I wouldn't have to raise this question if you had done us the favor of explaining your position as soon as you brought it up. You can't just say including Robin is cheating and expect people to accept that without wanting to know why that is cheating. Now, you did address this question in the comments section, but a question as basic as why is this rule in place for this list should not have to be asked in the comments.
With that said, final thoughts is, well, throughout the commentary, you make big deals out of nothing. Your delivery is very boring because you don't sound excited during this commentary. You are being counterproductive by applauding him when you really shouldn't. If you would have put more emotion to your voice, like...
You control the power of the wielder of Falchion, who took the name of a living legend and changed the course of history itself. Put some enthusiasm into your delivery! Say it like you're pumping your fist, say it like you're putting on shades in a dramatic fashion. Something, anything other than the way you said it here.
It would be at least engaging.
Wait a second, cool boy. I've been leave out of the commentary.
Well, too bad! See you next time! Super!